This Friday is International Women's Day, and in celebration, Bay Path University in Longmeadow is once again hosting the On the Move Forum, an event meant to celebrate, unite, and inspire women. Harvard University's Barbara Nobles Crawford is the keynote speaker, and Carolee McGrath sat down with Janine Fondon, the chair of Undergraduate Communications, and Dr. Andrea Hickson, graduate program coordinator for elementary education, to learn more.
Well, this is the third year for the On the Move Forum, and we really are focusing on advancing women, and it's for everybody, you know, men, women, anyone who's remotely interested in how we're having this conversation to help women move ahead. And a lot of people think, well, women have already arrived, we're where we need to be, but the truth is we've got a long way to go. So we want to make sure that we come together in our community and having some of those conversations that are going to help us get there.
What kinds of topics are going to be hitting on?
Yeah, so I'm going to be facilitating the table topics, and we're going to be covering different areas. We'll be focusing some on education and some politics, diversity and inclusion, LGBTQ issues, and so you can pick an area in which you want to focus, and that's just a few of the topics. But you pick an area that interests you, and then we're going to ask people to participate in active conversations around how they want to address issues that they personally are experiencing or seeing around the topics that I just mentioned.
And so you will also be kind of facilitating that throughout the day,
Yes,
right? You had
that.
been a participant before, and now you're really helping with the event.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the keynote speaker who's coming in from Harvard University.
Yes, Barbara Nobles Crawford, and she is and actually Dr. Barbara Nobles Crawford. She is a person who has been at the top of her game across industry. She's worked internationally. She's advised CEOs in Fortune 50. She has championed much work around entrepreneurship, and now in her role at Harvard, she does a lot around consulting and really setting the best practice for people to go out and create companies and all sorts of infrastructures that will change the world.
And you're also having some local speakers as well. Tell us about some of those speakers and what they're going to be talking about.
Well, we'll have Kristen Lutz from Valley Venture Mentors, and she's just going to give us a real sense of innovation, because one of the themes from the United Nations is innovate for change. So we really want to have people understand, what does that really mean? Let's break it down for the average person. We also have a freedom writer who will be joining us, Jean Denton Thompson, and she is going to give us a lot of information about what her journey was. And we're kind of moving from, you know, her time, you know, on the freedom rides to her standing here with us here in, you know, 2019 saying, let's look at where we've been and where we're going to go.
And tell us a little bit about how to advance the conversation from the event that's coming up, you know, and taking it out into the real world.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I think often, you know, we attend events like this and we have these outstanding conversations, but then we don't see that movement on those conversations. So our hope this year is to get these table topics to come up with what is the game plan? What is it that you're going to do as an individual to advance whatever it is that your table has come up with in regards to the topic? I mean, that's huge, you know, that we move forward.
And I see you're holding one of the newer books from the Republican series.
Yes, yes. We really want to tap the power of women. We really want to not only all of the wonderful women who are included in this wonderful book,
Including you.
including myself,
Which I must say.
Well, thank you, and the wonderful contributors, you know, women who have contributed to our world and society and area, to pay homage to them. And also there will be a few books sold at the event, but we just want to acknowledge and learn from and continue to grow it. And it's a phenomenal read for anybody who's out there who's wondering, you know, I just don't see the stories. They're here.
They're in there. Yeah. Vanessa Pabon, who works at WGBY, who is a producer for Presentia, one of our programs here, is also going to be talking as well. giving
Yes,
her perspective?
and I think she's also in the book as well for making history with her show. And yes, she will be part of the conversation and adding to the reflections based on our Harvard speaker.
One of the topics that you talked about was inclusion. And I think a lot of times conservative women feel left out of the conversation or unwanted or unwelcome when you talk about, women's marches and things like that. I think that's a really important topic because it pits women against each other. How do you open that and make women who might have a different political view or religious view feel welcome at the table?
Sure. I have the pleasure of co-facilitating a campus-wide critical conversations with our faculty and staff to have those conversations about how, as women, we need to work to lift each other up and not knock each other down. We're all going to be very different. There's no doubt about that. But we need to respect those differences and move forward. That on the move. It's a perfect name for this. So we make our day a very safe environment for everyone to be able to state how they're feeling around different topics, and we respect their opinion.
People come with what they're most passionate about, and we urge them to put that on the table. So it's a grand sense that we're all welcome and we all have a voice. If there's anything we leave here with this year, we have a voice, all of us. And when you're in that room, you are free to move about, meet people, and connect. And that's what we're hoping people, because we will not know how to move forward if we don't know what you're really feeling.